Hi, welcome to the channel. I'd just like to talk about Ben Affleck. Okay, and in order to talk about Ben Affleck, I dived into the record books just to find out, right, what can what sort of news happened, and this sort of came out surprisingly enough from Collider, a YouTube channel. If you look back in my history books, I've had a sort of problem with. But I just googled Ben Affleck Batman just to see the news, just to because I wanted to just to bring up some ideas and stuff like that about the future of this guy here. Well, not exactly that guy now. So Ben Affleck's opens up my left Batman, right? The Batman, and as I said, this is old news, I know, but let's talk about it more, okay? Again, leave stuff in the comments and I'll get back to you on the comments, or I'll make a video about your comment. And please like or subscribe, um, just so I know, you know, that these videos are doing okay. So, excuse me, the internet was a flutter last week when our first look at Robert Pattinson and the upcoming film The Batman was released online. But in an alternate universe, we'd be getting a look at Ben Affleck in his first standalone Batman movie. After much coaxing from Warner Brothers, Affleck agreed in 2016 to direct the Batman from a script he was working on with Jeff Johns. So he was working on a script with Jeff Johns. Now Jeff Johns, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Jeff Johns is great, right? As I said before, I loved his DC stories and stuff like that. But his interference with the film industry and what I've been hearing and reading about, he's not a well liked guy when it comes to meddling in studios. So, right off the bat, I see a problem with that. Um, the film was intended to follow Justice League, which would be Affleck's second movie after his debut as a grizzled version of the Cape Crusader in BVS Dawn of Justice. In January 2017, Affleck stepped down from the director's chair, but still publicity intending to star in the film. And by January 9, 2019, it was official Affleck was leaving the Batman altogether. So what happened? Why did Ben Affleck leave the Batman? That's undoubtedly a complicated question. As response to Affleck's casting in Batman v Superman in the first place was met with hot takes. Plenty of reviews for Affleck's performance in the eventual film were kind, but the production of Justice League was something of a mess. Director Zack Snyder's original version was reworked during filming due to the lackluster response to BVS, and eventually Joss Whedon was hired to write and direct a significant reshoot. I like the word significant reshoot. That was intended to be a triumphant DC superhero team-up film, was a genuine disaster because DC fans deserve better. And that was released to a little fanfare and a ho-hum response to the neutered version of the film finally hit theatres. The whole experience was certainly trying for Affleck, who would you recall at this point as an Oscar-winning screenwriter and producer with a successful director career of his own. But at that time, the Batman was coming together. Affleck's personal life was suffering. In a candid new profile in the New York Times, the actor, the filmmaker, opened up about how he began drinking heavily while his marriage was falling apart. I drank heavily, normally for a long time. What happened was that I started drinking more and more, that my marriage was falling apart. This was 2015. 2016, my drinking, of course, created more problems. Coming off the reaction, BVS, Superman, Batman v Superman, the sad Batman meme from the film press junket, and the troubled production of Justice League, a friend of Affleck's cautioned against wading back into DC waters with the Batman. I showed somebody the Batman script, Affleck recalled. They said, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through. Indeed, the New York Times says the cursed suit for Justice League sapped the interest of returning as the character. Rumours swirled in the summer of 2017 that Affleck was exiting the role of Batman altogether. But the news wasn't made official until January of 2019. This is entirely conjecture on my part, but it is possible that Affleck had already made known to Warner Brothers that he wanted out in 2017, but the studio still had the Justice League and other DC films to promote and didn't want to further dissuade audience from buying a ticket. Hence why the actor's exit from the role wasn't made official until long after Justice League had already crashed and burned at the box office, and the studio had decided to move away from the interconnected universe idea. All's well that ends well though. Most important, Affleck seems healthier and sober now and can be seen next on screen in the Warner Brothers drama The Way Back. Still to see that. About a reluctant basketball coach struggling with alcoholism and at the end of his marriage, Affleck says in the New York Times profile he found the experience of making the way back cathartic, and it sounded like it was a likely better use of his time trying to appease a swath of comic book audience with a new Batman movie. And on that front, director Matt Reeves is spearheading The Batman, which is now in production. With a stacked ensemble, the film now looks to be more of a reboot than a piece of the DCEU puzzle that Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder first envisioned. But sometimes life has other plans. I'll be forever bummed that Affleck's unique take on Batman never fully got the movie he deserved, but you have to respect the man for bowing out of the Batman altogether for the sake of the health of his family. So, here's the thing, right? And I made umpteen videos about who was to blame, right? And I pointed my finger to everyone, from Jeff Johns to the people behind Warner Brothers, to the audience, to the fans, just about. I even looked at Zach at one point. The finger went to everybody because I could see everybody's point of view and who's to blame. And I remember, don't we all, that when Ben Affleck was said to be the Batman, me personally, I was jumping for joy because I'd already knew Ben Affleck's backstory and how much of a comic geek he was, and that he had a bat cave and his house and his build, you know, and he was saying that he's going to be the tallest guy ever and stuff like that played Batman. And then of course when I seen Gone Girl, and there were scenes in that just showed him massive, I went, wow man, that is Batman, he gets it. Oh my god, he's bulked up and stuff. And then, of course, all the people were saying, oh, hate Ben Affleck, get rid of him and stuff. The same reaction to people when Heath Ledger was cast as Joker. Fans seem to just have this idea that we should condemn people's choices, directors' choices for people to play our characters. Same as Jesse Eisenberg. I will defend that guy to the hilt because I thought he was just brilliant. And I'm not stuck on the one version of Lex Luthor. I just watched Supergirl there. Yes, I watch CW shows. I watch anything DC related. And Lex Luthor's like, after Infinite Crisis, he's became the sort of Lex. For me, he doesn't have the build or the look normally and stuff. But I don't go for the build or the look or the... Man, I just go for the story. And that version of Lex, I quite like. So I, I like him. Anyway, so I'm just like Jesse Eisenberg's sort of version, right? I take what Zack Snyder's plan for him. So when Batman v Superman came out and the trailer hit, and you seen Bruce Wayne holding the girl, holding the wee girl, and looking up, and the look on his face. Can you not remember people's reactions changed? People's thoughts and ideas of Bruce Wayne changed. They did. And when the film came out, a lot of people, they had no problem with Ben Affleck being Batman. What they had a problem was this wasn't a Batman they were used to. Even though in many films prior to that, when Batman was filmed, he did go on a murder spree or whatnot, and I think whatever happens in comics is easy to hide, right? But when you're doing live action like Rambo or something like that, and you don't want Rambo to be a killer, what do you do? Do you shoot bullets at the feet? Do you throw thousand odd batarangs to stop the guys from machine gunning you, or do you throw stuff in Batman's way where if you get in his way and something happens to you, that's your own fault. You shouldn't try to be killing me. Okay, I'm not going to go out my way to kill you, but if you're trying to kill me, I'm going to stop you. Anyway, so that's what I got from the film. So, but he got a lot of heat for that. The film was screwed with. Ben Affleck signed on for BVS because he loved Zack Snyder's vision of the character, and he said, am I too old? But as he read the script, he loved the idea of this. He loved where it was going. And not only that, there was a sign where there would be a sacrifice, that he would sacrifice himself to save the others. And there were moments planned out that maybe Flashpoint would come around, and after Zack Snyder's story, we would have a point where it could be revamped. New actors could step into the role and carry on, or the same actors but a different way of filming or whatnot. It would be just a starting point, but at least we would have had one complete story and not wait something like 10 years for a story, to end. We would have had the major villain, and then we could have built up to that major villain again or something like that. It was, but Ben Affleck had signed on for this, and then he thought, I love this character of Batman. I love him. I'll go to my kid's party dressed up as him and stuff. And he says, while we're waiting for maybe Justice League 2, why not? I've written a script that everybody loves, everyone loves, and comic book writers love it and stuff. I says, so why don't I make this just now, and you get more of the Batman, okay? More of the Batman before he takes that ultimate plunge. You get to see Zack Snyder's Batman being Batman before the world turned on him and made him that darker one that we've seen in BVS. And I'd have liked to have seen more of that Batman. I would. But now we've reached a point where, Zack Snyder has been, supportive of his film. It seems to be coming out. It's coming out next year on HBO Max. People are speculating, will HBO Max help other directors get their visions? There's a lot of things on the webs just now talking about all the other directors want to go back to their films that were bad and redo it before the studio interfered. I'm saying okay with that. Okay, that is brilliant. Okay, if I can go back to all those films I disliked in the past, and they're going to make them all better, so be it. Because there were so many films I wanted to love and like, and I'll probably talk to them on my video channel, the other video channel, my subscription. So yeah, I'm all for that. But with HBO, there is a good possibility that Ben Affleck uh, could get his Batman film done without any restrictions, without the studio interfering. I mean, you think about Zack Snyder going to the table at AT&T, asking for more money, and being allowed to finish the film that he wants, and he's put his name on it. Can you imagine, you know, and we see posts and tweets of Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck, wanting the air cut, wanting the Snyder cut. He's still rallying behind these directors. He is still supporting these directors that he knows, because he was there on the amount of damage the studio done to the directors mentally, and the effect it had on the film production and the crew when the studio got involved. And he probably at one point loved his Batman, and he loved it so much that he wrote a script it, and he was wanting to direct it. A Batman fan making a Batman movie, being Batman, you couldn't ask for anything better. So with HBO Max now, you can. The possibilities are endless, and the fact that Ben Affleck won't get any hassle, I can't see hassle at all in HBO Max. They might even turn the Batman movie into a miniseries as well, and do it in chapters. HBO Max has the potential to do a DC universe. I mean, I know right now HBO Max is releasing some of their movies, their DC lot, to rent out, but they'll all get pulled back in, because they'll realise how much pull a DC can have. So, for all you Ben Affleck fans out there, let's just cross our fingers and hope that Ben, or speaker for Ben, aka Zack Snyder or something, comes forward, or the people that have read Ben Affleck's script comes forward and says, listen, here is a Batman movie. We're already getting 2 Batman movies in 1 year. We're getting Matt Reeves the Batman, and we're also, sorry for the noise in the background, that's just a cat. We're also getting Matt Reeves the Batman, and we're getting the Ben Affleck Batman in Justice League. So that's my thoughts. What is your thoughts and hopes? Are you a supporter for Ben Affleck? Would you love to see more incarnations of the DC characters? Or are you one of these people that feel that we should only have one actor playing a certain role at a time? Or do you want to see more Amelia? Let me know your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Thank you.